Good morning, good evening, good night, good day, whichever it is, wherever you are. If you don't know me, my name is Samuel J. White, or author Sam J. White on Facebook, and you'll know me as the strange bloke with the weird ginger beard and the curly hair. So a few months ago, I decided to send out some interviews to other indie authors like myself to try to help them promote their work and themselves really via this YouTube channel. It's still in its infancy, hasn't really taken off as yet, but we're going to persevere with it. And today we're going to be interviewing serial killer Duane Voorhees. Oh, no, wait, sorry, indie author Duane Voorhees. That's a bit more like it. Didn't want to be interviewing a serial killer. We don't sort of go that way. There has been some problems with this interview. There's bits of it missing, but we're going to persevere. And if Duane would like to redo the interview, I will contact him and see if he wants to fill in the missing gaps. But the bits that were missing are just the plain, the usual who am I, where am I from, how heavy am I, how old am I, all that sort of stuff, which we can fill in the gaps with. So as those things are missing, I can explain to you a few things that I already know about Duane to fill in the gaps that are missing from his interview. Hopefully, here we go. So his name obviously is Duane Voorhees. He is from Farmersville, Ohio in America. I'd be a bit surprised if that wasn't America. So here we are in the presence of a very intelligent person. He attended Bowling Green State University, and not only that, he went on to be a professor at the University of Maryland. So yeah, pretty big, intelligent person here. So from what I can tell now, without missing answers, the evidence that he's given in this video, that Duane is now retired. He's been around the world a bit, I believe, gone to different places, done many different things, and he has now gone back to his hometown. And here he is talking about his book, The Many Loves of Duane Voorhees, Love's Autobiography, The Ends of Love. And there'll be a link to it down here in the comments. That's an Amazon link. It's available in paperback and on Kindle. So, without further ado, let me get on to the rest of the interview, where here is actually Duane himself, instead of a bloke with a stupid curly ginger beard.
It's not the autobiography of Duane Voorhees, but it is a lifetime of reflecting on the many, many permutations of love. Tell us about your favorite book that you've written. Well, The Many Loves of Duane Voorhees. What are your favorite things to eat and drink while writing? I usually am drinking coffee. How do you get recognized in the street? By your readers? Probably not. Here in Farmersville, people recognize me on the street, but they don't necessarily think of me as being the writer of anything. I'm just somebody who was gone for a long time and I've come back. How have you found the world of indie authors? Especially because I was overseas, it was always hard to find an outlet for my writing. And so I became pretty soured on the formal publishing industry. On the other hand, indie writing, if it's completely independent, requires an awful lot of salesmanship if you don't want to lose a lot of money. So I'm not real happy with that either.
So I'm going to break in here to the interview. I spend a lot of time speaking with other indie authors, and one of the hardest things they find is salesmanship of their product. Now, writing a book on its own is hard enough. That is, finding the time and the effort to get it done around other things and reading other people's books, that's hard enough. But selling them is just a whole different monster. It is really, really hard unless you find someone else who's willing to do it for you, which is a very rare thing. And that's one of the things that I also personally hate about being an indie author, is trying to sell your own work, trying to have to convince every single reader that they want to read your book. This is partly what I'm trying to help do with this channel, to try and help promote people's books. If you write a book and you put it up on Amazon and you just leave it, nobody will see it. If you see books advertised on Amazon, the author is paying every time you click on it. And it's costing the author more money probably to sell the book than they're making from it, while Amazon makes an entire load of money from it. I know this from personal experience. Yet it doesn't stop us having to do it. Hopefully people will buy books from this channel by clicking on the links down there. That's if it really takes off, because I don't have many subscribers at the moment, but we wish to continue going ahead with this and interviewing many more authors and talking about books and stuff like that. So hopefully it will take off in the future, and that will help other authors like Duane and myself and the other authors that I've interviewed. Moving on to the next question. That's after Duane gives us a little bit of information about his publisher. Now, people who have smaller publishers, I still class them as indie authors, because they still have to do a lot of the donkey work. They still have to pay for their own advertising, push the book themselves, stuff like that. It's not like they have massive amount of money behind these publishers, not like you're ever going to see them in the shops or anything like that. So among the indie author world, we still class them as indie authors, even if they have a small publisher. That's why he's allowed to take part in this video, which is specifically for indie authors. Go ahead, Duane.
Hog Press lies somewhere in the middle, and it's very manageable for me. The publisher, very nice guy, easy to get along with, and easy to work with. Tell us about your current work in progress. I am preparing my next collection of poetry. It will probably be called Gift. I hope it will also be published by Hog Press, but we'll see in a few months. Which indie author books do you plan to buy and read next? I don't have any plans. I get books as I am inspired at the moment to do so. Especially since I'm retired, I don't have any formal reading requirements that I have to dig into anymore. So it's just up to the momentary inspiration. Is there anyone you'd like to thank? Well, I'd like to thank you for giving me this interview.
You're very welcome, Duane, and sorry it's taken so long to get it off the ground and running with various things that I've had going on and other interviews that have been in the queue. Thank you very much for taking part.
I'd like to thank all the people who have listened to my poetry at Open Mics and Soul. I'd like to thank the people who have read them, even the ones who haven't particularly liked them. Is there anything you want to ask viewers? If you have any comments for me, please put them in the comments. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Read other authors and interviewers here, and let us know what you think. Which indie authors' books do you plan to buy and read next? The answer I was supposed to say was anything by Samuel J. White. It says so in the script. So I hope to add him to my list.
I agree, it was in the script. It's a bit of a joke. You don't have to buy my books, but please do. They're down there. Links to 3 of them. They are called A Midwinter Night's Dream, The Broccoli, the Stilton and the Haystack, Maria's Photograph, and Derailed and Dispersed. All 3 will be linked down here. and that Derailed and Dispersed is part of a 4-part series which is on the way. More details can be found on the links. You don't have to buy my books, but please do, because I'm skint. And thank you to Duane for pointing that out. I'm sure Duane won't really buy my books, but I hope.
And so I would like to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your patience and your attention. Please avail yourselves of the comments at the bottom. And you can find my book at Amazon or any other major outlet for books. The Many Loves of Duane Voorhees, Duane Vorhees. So
thanks again to Duane for doing this interview. I'm sorry it's taken so long for it to all happen and come together. I've had a few problems getting it and family issues and stuff like that, but we don't need to go into that. So please follow the links down there in the comments to Duane's book, and please follow this channel, subscribe in fact to this channel. If you want any more information on my books, they're also down there. My name is Samuel J. White, or Sam J. White on Facebook. Please feel free to add me. I'm not just a weird bloke with a beard with a funny accent. I have a lot more to tell you about my books and a lot more to tell you about some other people's books. We also have some more interviews coming up on this channel. I have at least 2 more interviews that have already been filmed, and I have some more people who are telling me they're going to take part, and some more reviews. We have lots more book reviews coming up. I'm going to be reviewing several more books, and there's going to be a lot more content on this channel if anyone is interested in watching it. For now, I'm going to say bye-bye, but we'll see you again in the future. Hopefully you'll buy the books that are advertised on this channel. Goodbye for now. I'm Samuel J. White.